Hey guys, Connor Hearn here with the Alliance of Dental Excellence. We're back in the practice today on our 3-week mapping plan, but before I talk about that and release a video to you today of what we've done, I wanted to tell you about a very interesting meeting that I went to last night with the local dental committee. At the meeting was Janet Clark, the Deputy Chief Dental Officer for NHS. You had Rebecca Cooper from GDC. Sampana Bangar from CQC, the head of inspections, I believe, for CQC. You had a representative, Stephen Henderson from DPL, and there was a couple of other old faces there as well, but a very interesting meeting. Now the topic was about NHS, CQC and GDC working closer together, so there's no overlap with double inspections. If you get a CQC inspection and NHS a week later won't be coming to inspect you, and all sorts of stuff. The other bit that it was about is NHS at the moment are doing a huge survey of, I think it was 29,000 dentists who they got on their system, surveying them to find out what they think of the FGDP guidelines on note taking. And the interesting thing was, when it comes to the Q&A right at the end, nobody was really interested. Nobody asked any questions about the note-taking process of FGDP or what NHS are doing. Nobody was really that interested. The people that got the brunt of it was Stephen Henderson from Dental Protection. He really suffered. CQC a little bit, and also GDC. Because everybody was very angry with the amount you're paying for your dental protection. Everybody was very angry with the way GDC have been conducting themselves, and it was a fascinating meeting to be in, sit there and listen to it. And then this morning, when I opened up my inbox, I got an email. I don't know if any of you have seen it, from the Probe. And its practice plan, I believe, they've done a study which is fantastic. They've done a study to say that NHS versus private, how many dentists are happier or the same or unhappy or less happy with their work. And surprisingly enough, it's come back with 81% of NHS dentists are not happy and 19% are, compared to private practice where there's 92% happy and 6% are. Now, some of the stuff that they was unhappy about last night it makes sense. You know, there was people asking Janet Clark, the Deputy Chief Dental Officer, whether dentists were going to get paid for NHS root canals, because one gentleman made the point of saying that the root canal fee doesn't even cover the cost of his materials and stuff like that. So really, he's doing it at a loss by the time you factor in the time and the surgery costs. So it makes sense, you know, talking about giving 6 UDAs instead of still banding it under band 2, which is 3 UDAs, or even 9 UDAs for a root canal, to be able to cover the cost, to be able to give the dentist a decent standard of living. Hendrik from the GDPC, fantastic guy, you can't help but get behind what he says. He come up with with some very good points as well. And he's just a fantastic person to listen to. But what he was saying was that 35% of income is what dentists have lost over the last, I think it was 5 years. 35% is huge. And then you've got all these cutbacks coming in for NHS England. But last night, listening to him, they've got so many teams of people. Cut back on your teams, and then potentially you should be able to give some more money to the front line rather than clawing back if these NHS practices underperform by 4% or more. It's crazy system. And it just reminded me of this thing that I've heard about called the iron triangle. I'll put a screenshot up for you as well. The iron triangle is really interesting. So the iron triangle at the top is the professionals, so it's you guys as dentists, and it's dentists want to be able to produce the best possible work for the most amount of money. It's obvious. And then you've got, in one of the corners, you have NHS, which is the paymaster. So you've got your professionals and your paymasters. Your paymaster at NHS, they want the most and the best for the very least. Makes sense, NHS. And then in this corner here, you've got the patients. So you've got your professionals, paymasters and patients who want the best for the least. And whilst you've got all of that triangle going on, you're never going to be able to come to a happy medium. Because if you have a contract that's dentist-led, they're going to want the most and the best. And then you've got the paymasters who don't want to pay that much, but they still want the best. And then you've got the patients who don't want to pay, but still want the best. So a very interesting meeting we had last night. Really good, really insightful. But there's just a lot of anger out there at the moment, and you felt how tense it was last night at some points. When it comes to indemnity, when it comes to the way the contract's handled, when it comes to CQC, it was a really interesting meeting to be in. One thing I really want to share with you as well is CPD. So I'm going to put a screenshot up of the slide that they showed us last night and how CPDs is changing under the GDC from January 2018, I think it was. So verifiable CPDs are a goner. There's no more verifiable CPDs. Then you've got 100 hours per cycle per dentist of verifiable evidence certificated verifiable CPDs. And then you've got hygienists, which is going to be 75 hours, and then dental technicians and nurses, which will be done at 50 hours for the cycle, but with a minimum requirement of doing at least 10 hours per year, which is very interested on that as well. Everything needs to be documented, certificates need to be available at all times, and the GDC are going to ask you to submit them yearly, not just at the end of your cycle. You need to submit them yearly. So there's a big change coming on the CPD events as well, and the way you submit them, store them, keep them, and when you submit them to the GDC. So that was a good thing. There's something to watch out for come January as well. So stay posted. If I find out anything else, I will let you know. But that's the update from a really interesting meeting last night, and I hope you found a few things that I've been through quite interesting. All right, take care. I'll speak to you soon. I've got to post a video for the 3-week mapping plan. This is day 5 where we've been so far. All right, speak to you soon. Bye.